Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Peyton Those Piggies, and today I am here with a review of the entire OPI Lisbon collection. This is a review of the Spring Summer 2018. That still seems weird to say 2018 collection by OPI. As you guys may know, I am still battling whatever kind of sickness I am, so I'm still like a little bit froggy in my throat, so I still sound sick and stuff, and I'm like struggling like real hard, so I'm just trying to get through this. But I wanted to bring you guys the swatches. I will have a dupes video for this. I've already pulled out all the dupes. Also, there will be a mini giveaway at the end. So I wanted to quickly mention like about this video before I begin. So this video is in partnership with polishpick.com. I did pay for these polishes, but the giveaway is sponsored by polishpick.com. And I wanted to mention that if you decide to go on polishpick.com and pick up any of these polishes, there's a section where you can click on where you heard about the website, and if you could click Paint Those Piggies, I would really appreciate it. It doesn't get me any money or anything, like nothing weird like that. It's not an affiliate link. It literally just says you saw this video. So that is how I am working with PolishPick. Like I said, she is sponsoring a little giveaway at the end. I will also be doing a giveaway on Instagram. I think I'm going to run them back to back. So I'll do this one for a week and then the one on Instagram for a week as well. So that is really exciting. That's also why I have the polishes early. So right now they are available on PolishPick for pre-sale, and I think they will be either shipped or delivered by February 1st, so that's not that long from now, but just in case anyone was wondering, that's why I have the polishes early. But I did buy them myself, and as always, I'm not going to lie to you about the polishes or the formulas or anything like that, because that's not what I'm about at all. So I do have all 12 polishes, the full collection, and so we're going to get right into the review because that's a lot of polishes to talk about. Okay, so the OPI Lisbon collection consists of 12 polishes. You're gonna think, are these colors that we have seen before? And if you're like a hardcore OPI nail polish lover like I am, you're gonna think, yes, those are colors I've seen before, because they are. So when I was swatching these, I really thought, this looks similar to a color I'm thinking of, and they really are. So there are some colors that are not dupable, but a lot of them are. So I'm going to go through them in the orders that I swatched them. Unfortunately, my ring finger on my swatching hand broke. I did have acrylics on like a few months ago, and they're right at the end of my nails, like growing out. Not the acrylics, but the growth, like where they grind off the nails. So that's right at the end. So I think a lot of my nails are prone to breaking right now. My thumbnail also broke. So my ring finger nail is broken in every swatch photo, of course, right before I got these. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to ignore that, but hopefully the swatches are okay. So I got my swatch notebook covered in desserts all ready to go. So let's start off with the one that I wore first, which is one that I'm in love with in this collection. So the first one I'm going to talk about is called Tag Us, or Tag Us in That Selfie. This one is one that I am in love with in this collection. It is, to me, a strawberry ice cream pink, and I even like made my husband go buy strawberry ice cream when he did the grocery shopping, and it does look like strawberry ice cream. On others, I have seen it pull nude, but on me, which I'm like fair to light with warm undertones, it pulls pink. So fair warning, it does pull nude on some people and it does pull pink on some people. Mostly nude, but sometimes pink. On me, it does pull pink, so it will look pink in my swatches, but this one I love. I did have a little bit of, the formula wasn't bad, but I did have a cat in my lap when I was swatching it. So if you were more careful than I was, you could get away with 2 coats, but I did need 3 coats because I had Millie in my lap the entire time. So I did throw 3 coats on. I also tend to be a little bit more picky when I do my swatch photos, because it's like you've got like a light shining on your nails and you can see every single imperfection in the polish. So 2 to 3 coats on this one, but the color I love. It's like, it's like frosting, it's like ice cream. It's just like a beautiful, like subdued milky pink. And so that one, this one I'm a really big fan of. So that one again is Tag Us in That Selfie. Next one up from this collection is one that is not one of the creams. This one is a metallic finish, and this one is called Made It to the Seventh Hill. Almost like a, I consider it like a champagne, like bronzy, rose gold kind of shade. In the end, I settled on rosy champagne bronze. I like wrote down a bunch of colors in my swatch notebook, and I settled on rosy champagne bronze. It does have that like metallic finish. It does look a little bit brush strokey on the nails, so if you don't like any visible brush strokes, you will not like this polish, but I don't think that they look so terrible that it's bothersome to me. You can see the ridges on your nails. You can definitely tell that I've had acrylics on in my swatch photos because you can see the little U shapes. I don't put base coats on when I swatch my polishes, so you can see the ridges on my nails in my swatches, but so that's something to be aware of. You will see nail imperfections on this one. That being said, this one had a little bit of a sheer formula. I did find I needed 3 coats to build it up. The most sheer was the first coat. You could get away with 2 coats, but I preferred 3 to cover up the nail line. It didn't have that, you know, the formula wasn't bad though. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the most sheer polish I've ever seen. It just needed 3 thin coats. It dried quickly. So that in my swatches is 3 coats of Made It to the Seventh Hill. Okay, next up is a color that I personally love. I am a big fan of pastel polishes. This one is called Lisbon Wants More OPI. This one to me is like a dusty, grayed out, pinky kind of shade. It's very much like bordering on a white, but it's definitely got drops of color in it. In my swatch notes, I called it a pale nude grayed out pink. I personally love this type of color. I think it looks very pretty and clean and very chic on the nails. The formula was really, really good on this. It was very opaque for such a light color. I did need 3 coats. When I first applied it, I thought this is very opaque, but then by the time I applied the second coat, I found that there were a couple of dark spots that didn't quite cover up. So I did need 3 coats, but it wasn't cumbersome to apply 3 coats. So in the end, 3 coats wasn't bothersome to me. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, 3 coats is killing me. It was like 3 easy coats, but I think it was worth it for the color of this. So that was 3 coats of Lisbon Wants More OPI. Next up is the another kind of pinky mid-toned nude of the collection. These look very similar in the bottle to me. Here is them compared side by side. The one I am talking about, the second color in this collection, is called You've Got Nata on Me. Here's what they look compared side by side. This one right here is Tag Us in That Selfie, and this one is You've Got Nata on Me. So you can tell this one right here is more of like a true pinky color. This one is more of like a peachy pink color. So here they are side by side, so you can compare them in the bottles, but they are similar. So very similar in the bottles, but just so you can see them compared side by side. So when you look at this one, You've Got Nata on Me. This one, if I had to pick between the 2 of them, I would pick this one, Tag Us in That Selfie. That's just a personal preference for me. I like that this one looks like more of like a dessert type of polish, but this one to me is very much a peachy pink. To me, it's almost like a nudie kind of salmon color. I did find it had the same kind of formula as this one. It's almost like a 2 to 3 coat polish. Depending on how picky you are, you can get away with 2 to 3 coats. No issues with the formula. The formula was fine. But I just personally, like on me, I preferred this kind of pink versus this kind of pink. This one leads more to like a nudie color versus a more pinky color. So that is 3 coats of You've Got Nata on me. Next one is a really cool pick from the collection. I was excited to see this kind of like Tiffany blue, robin's egg blue from OPI because they do not have a color like this in their line. This one is OPI's Closer Than You Might Believe. And if this reminds you of China Glaze for Audrey, you would be correct. This is very close. I will show them in my dupes video that's going to come up after this, but it is very, very much a Tiffany blue. The formula is gorgeous. It's a very like dusty robin's egg blue. 2 coats, beautiful formula. I have 0 complaints about it. Really nothing to complain about whatsoever. It's a gorgeous polish. I think this is really going to be a good favorite from this collection. So that is 2 coats of Closer Than You Might Believe. Okay, next one from this collection was one that kind of stumped me a lot. I pulled the dupes for this and I could not figure it out. And this one is Susie Susie Chase's Portuguese. And this one is like the white of this collection. It's not a true white though. It's one of those like cult classic OPI whites that people really like, along the lines of like OPI's My Boyfriend Scales Walls or I Can Only Wear OPI. This is what's gonna be, I'm thinking, one of those colors. It's just a really good off-white, but I couldn't figure out what the base of this was. And I finally think I figured it out because I pulled all those other polishes and compared it. Boyfriend Scales Walls has a little bit of gray to it. So does I Can Only Wear OPI. I think this one is white with a tiny bit of blush pink to it. Just a tiny bit. It does look white on the nails if you're just comparing it to itself, but when you compare it to white, I think it's just got a tiny bit of pink in it. So this is like the white offering. I really love this color. I think white nails are really gorgeous. That's just a personal preference for me. So Susie Chase's Portuguese. I think some nails got away with 2 coats, but 2 to 3 coats on this one, but it wasn't too thick or too thin of a formula, just a standard 2 to 3 coats. So that one is a good option for me. I really like that hint of pink to it, and it's different from the other OPIs that have a touch of gray, which I also really love, that I do have backup bottles of. So that one is Susie Chase's Portuguese. Next up, tongue twister of a name. This one has far too long of a name in my opinion. This one is Sun, Sea, and Sand in My Pants. I mean, the name is funny, but it's like super long. This one to me is like an egg yolk yellow. I need a good yellow polish and I love it. So I'm really excited to see a yellow in this collection because most companies don't come out with yellow polishes, but I really like this one. The formula was really good for a yellow. I don't have any complaints. It's got the same kind of formula along the lines of Copacabana, along the same lines of Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet. Kind of like a 2 to 3 coat yellow, depending on how picky you were. I use 3 coats in my swatch photos because I could see a little bit of darkness on some of my fingernails, so I didn't want that to show up in swatches, but it just depends on how picky you are. But the formula is really good. It's not like thick or thin. It's just a really good, easy formula to work with. So that is 3 coats of Sun, Sea, and Sand in My Pants. Next up from this collection is one that I think the color is beautiful, but I think it totally belongs in a fall collection. That is my opinion. This one is called Now Museum, Now You Don't. This one to me is like a red, fiery copper shimmer. I just think it just reminds me of fall, like changing vibrant leaves. It doesn't say spring or summer to me at all, but that's just me. This is a very vibrant red copper. That's the only thing I can describe it as, like copper with just a ton of red dumped into it. It's got a fantastic formula, 2 just buttery smooth coats on the nails. It's really gorgeous, but I just can't see myself reaching for this in the spring or the summer. It's just not my kind of color in those months at all. So come fall time, I will really reach for this, but not a spring or summer color for me, although it is gorgeous. So that again is Now Museum, Now You Don't. All right, next up, this might be my favorite name of the whole bunch of them. This one is called We See Food and We Eat It. And this one is like the color of like a boiled lobster or a boiled crab, which I happen to love, but I'm allergic to, but I still love the name of it. This one is very much a pinky red cream. It is not the most original, but the formula is like buttery smooth and gorgeous. I had like no problems with this. The formula is fantastic. If you need a color like this, I would highly recommend it. And honestly, I just love it for the name. This would probably be one that I would pick up just for the name alone because I really like it, but the formula is so immensely good on this polish. It was just like 2 of the most easy coats that I could apply to the nail. So that is 2 coats of We See Food and We Eat It. Next up is the other red from the collection. Compare it to the last one. So here they are extremely different. This to me, this one is called a Revival City. And this to me, I'm going to tell you, even when I look at it, it doesn't say red to me. All I see is orange. I know it's called a Revival City, but I only see orange. So here they are side by side. So this one right here is We See Food and We Eat It, and this one is a Revival City. I honestly, I can't see red in it. It looks so orangey to me. And even when I swatched it on my nails and took swatch photos of it, I only see orange, and when I pull dupes for it and stuff like that, I really only see like an orangey red, if that. So this one to me leans super orange, and so I'm calling it an orangey red. I almost pulled Atomic Orange by OPI to compare it to, because to me it's an orange, so I'm going to call it an orangey red. It's very much on the border of not being red to me, but this one has a really good formula too. Both of the reds in this collection, although neither are very much a true red, they're very opposite end of the spectrum for reds, also has a really good formula, 2 easy coats, so that is a Revival City. Next up is like the brighter pink of the collection. This one to me reads more like magenta berry. This one is called No Turning Back from Pink Street. And here is what it looks like in the bottle. This one to me is like a medium magenta, like berry colored. This is a pink cream. Super easy formula, no issues whatsoever. It's not the most unique color, but if you don't have this kind of color, it would be an easy one to pick up. I didn't have any formula issues, so that is 2 easy coats of No Turning Back from Pink Street. And then the very last one, I also love the name of this one a lot, even though it is a really long name. This one is called Tile Art to Warm Your Heart. This is the other blue of the collection besides the aqua one. This one is, apparently I gave up on taking notes. This was the very last one I swatched. This one is like a medium kind of cobalt blue. It's not so much of a neon, it's just like a bright cobalt blue. I love this color of blue. It's very gorgeous on the nails. It's like a bright sea blue. It's It's gorgeous. This had an amazing formula. It was just so easy, buttery to apply on the nails. It was just a joy to apply. So that, I used 2 coats in my swatch photos. It was amazing. There are colors that are very similar to this, but I really liked the color and the formula of this, and I really enjoyed the name on this one too. So that is Tile Art to Warm Your Heart. Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to say my bottom 6 from this collection were just based on the collection alone and not going on any outside dupes or anything like that. I'm going to go with Made It to the 7th Hill, which is the like bronzy one. You've Got Nata on Me, just because I like the other pink better. I'm actually going to pass on the yellow just because there's other colors I like better. Now Museum, Now You Don't, just because this reads fall to me. A Redvival City, because I like the other red better. And No Turning Back from Pink Street, just because this is very dupable to me. And then my top 6 from this collection, the first one is Lisbon Wants More OPI. This kind of like dusty, pale, like barely there pinky purple shade. Obsessed with this color. I love it. I really like this name and this shade. This pinky vibrant red is perfect for spring and summer, so I really liked this seafood shade. This one you guys saw in Weekly Manis. You'll know I already love it. It reminds me of strawberry ice cream, so obviously I'm obsessed with that. This blue is like a gorgeous summer blue. It reminds me of the ocean. Again, I really like the name of this one, Tile Art to Warm Your Heart. It's got a gorgeous formula, so I really like that one. And then the last one, the last 2, I really liked this turquoise aqua blue one. It's got a gorgeous formula. I think this is going to be one of the favorites from the collection. And then I really liked the Portuguese one. This one reminds me of like the madness over My Boyfriend Scales Walls, even though this one has a hint of the blush pink in it. But I just love these kind of off-white shades. So those are my top 6 from the collection. Overall, my thoughts on this collection, I am let down. I know I said good things there. I like the polishes and I like the formulas, but I am disappointed. And let me show you what I mean. Okay, this is what I mean. These are polishes that came out within the last 2 years that OPI made, and these are so close to one another. And this is something I don't understand. If you're coming out with shades that are so close to one another, like, why are we doing this? Why is this happening? Like, these are so close to one another. This is my pal Joey from the Hello Kitty collection, obviously. And then this one is not an exact dupe, but this is Me, My Selfie, and I from the California Dreamin' collection. Like, this isn't even a year old, from a year-old collection. I don't understand this. Like, why are we making like dupable shades that are not even a year old? This is bothering me. Like, there are like a million different ideas that companies like OPI, SE, China Glaze, all these companies can come out with, and I don't want to like start this huge rant and like rant with nail polish in my hands, but I don't understand this. Like, even I have a million ideas in my head. Like, all these places like Lisbon, Iceland, Venice, like, these places are so cool. I mean, I could Google them and come up with a million brilliant ideas that are just so cool, of polishes that could just be so gorgeous. Like, we don't need to make like polishes that are exactly the same as polishes that have come out. Like, I don't understand this. This is disappointing to me. That is my thought. I think the Lisbon collection is pretty, but it is disappointing in the fact that, I mean, it's a letdown. If you are a polish collector, if you are an OPI collector, I consider myself an OPI collector. I collect the collections. I don't need dupes upon dupes upon dupes of the same exact colors. It doesn't make sense. And there are similar ones. Like, these aren't the only ones that have dupes. I mean, these are within the last 2 years of each other. It just does not make sense to me. So That is why it is disappointing. The polishes themselves are not as disappointing, but I want to see better. It's a letdown to me. So that is my thought on the OPI Lisbon collection. So that being said, let's get into the fun part, which is a giveaway. Like I said, this giveaway is sponsored by Polish Pick. The owner of the website did give me this little mini set to give away to you guys. So the only rules for the giveaway, it is going to be US only, like I explained in my last giveaway. So US only, I will pick a winner in a week's time and film a video on it. The winner will win this little OPI Lisbon set. This is the Infinite Shine set. This comes with everything you need to do the Infinite Shine little set. Even I haven't tried it. So it comes with the primer, 2 of the little colors, which is the color, the aqua one, and then the You've Got Nada on Me, and then the Infinite Shine top coat. So that is what the winner will win. So even I have not tried this. So this one is sponsored by polishpick.com. So thank you for them to sponsoring that, and I'm really excited. Like I said, there will be an Instagram giveaway for the same prize as well a week after. So just leave me a comment down below. Where would you like to see OPI do a collection next that you think they could do a really creative job with? I was thinking this morning, and I think an outer space collection would be really cool. Like, I could do a really good job on an outer space collection. So that is your only rule. Leave me a comment with where you want to see a collection next by OPI from. That was a terrible sentence. And be a subscriber to be entered in the giveaway. I will pick a winner in a week's time. Thank you guys as always for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this video and the Lisbon collection, and I will have a dupes video out next along with the 1,000 subscriber giveaway winner. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.